Our next speaker will provide us with the latest federal updates. These updates will help us understand the broader political and policy environment affecting California and its residents. As federal policies continue to shape our work, it's important for us to stay ahead of the changes and remain proactive in advocating for health equity. Please join me in welcoming Attorney General Rob Bonta. He was sworn in as the state's 34th Attorney General. He is the first Filipino American to hold this role and a lifelong champion for justice. From fighting for racial, economic, and environmental equity to holding powerful interests accountable, Attorney General Bonta has dedicated his career to protecting Californians. So let's give him a warm welcome, Attorney General Rob Bonta.
Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Wonderful to be with you, and thank you, Crispine, for the very kind and generous introduction. You're about to get a big dose of the bontas right now, so apologize in advance for my contribution to that. Congratulations on Assemblymember Mia Bonta's contribution to that. You'll hear from her in a second. I was the chair of the Health Committee in the Assembly when I was in the Assembly, honored to be there, and Chair Bonta, Mia Bonta, has significantly upgraded the leadership in that committee since I was there. First of all, I just want to say thank you. It's important that we come together at times like this, where there are dark clouds coming from the federal administration, and find each other. Folks that are committed to making sure that healthcare is a human right, that everyone has true access to high quality, affordable healthcare. That was my goal when I was in the Assembly. That continues to be my goal as Attorney General. And when we have, and this is a euphemism, an evolving federal landscape like we're having right now, it's critical that we convene and discuss best strategies to provide critical health services to all, to meet that goal that we all share together. And as AG, I'm using every tool I have to defend, to protect, and strengthen access to high quality, equitable health care for all patients. And now, as we face another Trump administration, we're preparing for more challenges to accessible health care. Unfortunately, it's time to double down and recommit for the fight ahead. And rest assured that we are going to be watching the federal government's health care administrative actions very carefully. And unfortunately, we're already seeing a few disturbing actions and patterns. The Trump administration is trying to take money out of healthcare programs like Medicaid in order to fund priorities of theirs, like tax cuts and immigration enforcement. They're targeting politically vulnerable patient populations like the LGBTQ+ community or undocumented immigrants. They're attempting to roll back federal civil rights rules that protect access to reproductive health care. But when the Trump administration takes executive actions that are illegal and threatens harm to California and its residents, we'll hold them to account. We will take them to court when they violate the law, when they violate rights and freedoms. And it's important, we will keep doors of communication and partnership open wide. It's important that we work together, collaborate with each other, hear from each other. We particularly appreciate information sharing from stakeholders, including everyone here today. What's happening on the ground? What are you seeing? What are the threats? What are the risks? How can we help? We're at our best when we're working together, collaborating, working with like-minded, shared mission entities and individuals like all of you. Every day it seems something new is thrown at us. Take the spending freeze last week that created a lot of chaos and caused the portal to access Medicaid funding to shut down for a while. And this is something that we should sort of settle in to expect going forward. The confusion and the chaos is the goal. Flooding the zone is the strategy. And we're going to see more of what we've seen over the past 2 weeks. I know the past 2 weeks seems like 2 years. There's been so much activity, a flurry, a frenzy, a blitz of executive orders, seemingly every day, including over the weekend. And we're ready for all of it. And I know you are too, but we need to be prepared for the volume. They're trying to have that show of force and overwhelm us with their activity and their actions. In response to the attempt to freeze federal funding, nearly $3 trillion of critical, essential federal funding to things like the CHIP program and Medicaid and food programs and housing programs, early childhood education, college funding. In response to that, we filed a multi-state lawsuit immediately. We, being Democratic attorneys general from across the nation, and we obtained a temporary restraining order, halting the freeze, freezing the freeze, pausing the pause on that vital federal assistance so that the money will continue to flow. Protecting all Californian residents' rights to access needed health care and protecting the state's decision to expand its state-funded Medi-Cal program to all low-income residents, regardless of immigration status, is a top priority. Our entire state is better off when everyone has access to affordable and accessible health care. At DOJ, we believe that public health care facilities should be available to all without fear of civil immigration enforcement. That's why we're encouraging non-public facilities to be prepared with updated policies and procedures if federal immigration officials attempt to use healthcare facilities or private healthcare data to support an inhumane mass deportation agenda. We'll vigorously defend against any new federal policies that interfere with state laws and state-funded programs or that overstep the federal government's authority with respect to federally funded Medicaid. Regardless of who's in the White House or who controls Congress in California, we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to continue on our path of progress. California DOJ played a key role during the first Trump administration, Trump 1.0, to protect Californians' health care rights and access. We were able to be successful in preventing harmful actions. Our office stepped in to defend the constitutionality of the Affordable Care Act when the United States DOJ refused to do so, ultimately convincing the U.S. Supreme Court to uphold the ACA. We defended state laws like our sanctuary state law and vaccine mandates. We obtained injunctions that put temporary or permanent stops on federal rules for violating the Administrative Procedures Act, like public charge, a cruel policy designed to force immigrant families to forego public programs like healthcare out of fear that it would jeopardize their immigration status, like a gag rule on Title X reproductive health care providers, and a technical change to Medicaid regulations that would have prohibited California from following state laws that allowed deductions of bargained for employee benefits and union dues from IHSS provider paychecks. So we're ready to do all that again, if needed, plus whatever new actions the second Trump administration decides to throw our way. I'll continue to stand with you on the front lines of the fight for equitable health care. When it comes to health care, we face many challenges. I've just laid out quite a few, but I remain optimistic, and I hope you do too, because we have the same shared mission, ensuring affordable, accessible, and equitable health care for all. And I know that there's nothing we can't do when we do it together. This is a time of concern and anxiety for sure, but I find hope, optimism, strength in all of you and all of us. I've talked about California a lot over the last few weeks, and I've always told myself not to cuss, so I won't. But we are frickin' California. We are the largest state in the nation. We are the largest state in the nation. We're the 5th largest economy in the world. We're the tentpole of the American economy. We're the most diverse state in the nation. We have led to the phrase, as California goes, so goes the nation. So as we face these challenges across this great country, people are looking west to us, to California, to see what we do, how we fight, how we push back, how we continue to be committed to our values. So I want to thank you for all you have done, all you're doing, all I know you will do in the weeks, months, and years ahead. Thank you for your advocacy, your commitment to achieving health equity. I look forward to our continued partnership and ongoing work in the years ahead. Thank you.